podcast is BYOT. Bring your own tacos.
Dick swinging.
You're listening to American Slacker Podcast.
We can say fuck.
With Matthew Gertz and Jesse Landers.
I don't care, I've been smoking, this is cool.
That's a decent amount of sausage.
This man needs a doctor!
Yeah, I just hope they're tasty.
What's up with these clowns, man?
Cut the lights and went through people's pockets.
Don't you point that at each other.
Let them smoke a little. You need to step it up to that point. We're not gonna lead with the.
We're not gonna lead with that.
So we were talking with Alexa earlier about weather.
Ooh, yeah, we were. We were quizzing her on local, non-local for me.
Yeah, the different temps that you're going to be dealing with.
Going from one extreme to the other.
Coming up pretty soon.
Dealing with all this snow and shitty cold right now, but I'm about to go to the sunny Los Angeles, and I cannot be more excited. I'll be coming out there the Saturday. The following Saturday. Yeah. And I'm fucking so excited, man. See a comedy show or two, take a couple tours. I'm going out there with the little lady. It's her first time out west, so I'm pretty excited.
That'll be fun. It's like a perfect time. February is a great time to escape.
Yeah, right? Escape in New York, and also it's probably, not so, filled with people at all the areas we're going to go, to all the touristy areas anyway. I'm trying to get her to accept her fate of moving there, so that's the fun part. I'm in love with it. I love Cali.
Los Angeles is interesting, and California is so diverse.
Really
depending on where you are, you can go a few 50 miles one direction, and it's totally different.
Yeah, exactly. If after this I want to go, to San Diego or maybe up where you live, check out the difference in just a few hours drive.
Oh yeah, and San Francisco I had never checked out before
that too.
Until I moved around here, and it's a super interesting area, just like Los Angeles and San Jose. I've fallen in love with.
From what I've heard, it seems really nice.
I'm hoping you have fun on your trip. Not too much anxiety about the airports and all that.
Yeah, it's never fun to do the air travel, but I think everything's gonna be all right.
Yeah, you're becoming a veteran at this point.
Yeah, man. God, had to fly four different fucking planes to get to Cali last time, and back. So.
And you made it.
Made it fine. But that's that, and this is this. Welcome to American Slacker Podcast. And as always, I'm Matt.
And I'm Jesse, here to usher you to your final destination.
Oh, yeah. Cruising at a nice altitude. And
which would be the plugs at the end of the show.
We'll be reaching at the location eventually. But right now, we're just cruising.
Be there in a small matter of about an hour. Barring any turbulence. Alright, this is going on long enough. We want to thank our Patreon sponsors.
Hell yeah.
That includes Dave Gunn. Big thank you to you.
Thank you, sir.
Also, Kyle Nolan Bradford of the Crime Roulette podcast. Go subscribe and check that out.
Thank you, sirs.
And Aaron W. of the SNIM podcast.
And thank you, sir.
Now we have a little contest we like to run at the beginning of our show called the Pod Chat Out Pick of the Week. And how this works is anyone who retweets our pin tweet with our latest episode on our Twitter account, which is at AMERSLKR Podcast on Twitter. If you retweet the pin tweet, you're automatically entered into this lottery where Matt gets to pick a number each week, and we will highlight you and give you a shout out and read your bio and do all that fun stuff. So Matt, you got 1 through 19.
Now I've been thinking about this because you leaked the amount of entries we had
the number?
earlier.
Yeah,
now,
leaked it to you.
For some reason, I'm just going solid with 8. I don't know why that number is sticking out to me. We're going to give them the shout out.
Okay, number 8. All right. This is actually an account that we've been talking with, and actually, funny enough, their podcast promo is going to be one of the ones that we use in this episode. So they're getting a little double exposure.
Damn, lucky devils you.
That just a happenstance. And that is at Killer Kids Pod. And that's the Murderous Minors podcast. They're a weekly true crime podcast covering stories of killer kids. New every Monday, just like ours. They put out some true crime stuff about killer kids. That's super interesting.
Okay, awesome. Sounds really cool.
Yeah, congrats. And that's at Killer Kids Pod on Twitter. Congrats on the pod shout out. You'll hear more from them later, too.
Yeah, looking forward to hearing that promo.
So, Matt, what do we got coming up in the show?
Well, as always, we're going to start out with bizarre news, which we're going to talk about how McDonald's could just lead to curing baldness. You'll see what we're talking about. Then we're going to get into some video games, talking about the games with gold and a few other things. And then, just in time for Valentine's Day, we're going to play a game in which I'm up at bat. Jesse's crafted a crazy Valentine's Day game, which we'll see how he themed it this time.
Pumped it. I feel like the fucking Riddler.
Hell yeah. I'm excited. I want to see what you've kind of alluded some ideas, but I'm curious to see where this goes. So
yeah, it should be a lot
we'll get
of fun.
there. But first, let's go to the news.
Yeah, and with our weird news, we always like to start out with a little bit of weed news. And this time we're talking about how veterans are trying to defy Jeff Sessions and they fight in their fight for medical marijuana to kick opioid addiction.
Okay.
Now, we've covered a lot before in terms of using CBD oil as a pain treatment and how that is, and that it's not non-addictive compared to opioid drugs, which are highly addictive.
Yeah. Yeah.
And one of the largest markets that's advertised to with these opiates is our veterans, people who are injured in combat and come home with chronic pain.
Yeah, among other things that can be treated with this.
So yeah, chronic pain is one of the signature war wounds of the past 16 years. Someone here is quoted saying, veterans have a lot of patients across the country that are finding, especially when it relates to chronic pain, that CBD-based products are working very effectively.
Okay.
Now, and this kind of goes contrary to what's going on with the federal government, with Jeff Sessions repealing the Obama era mandates that basically took the federal government off of strong arming medical marijuana in states, how states want to run their marijuana industries.
Yeah.
So there's this article. It's fairly long. It's from CNBC, and it basically just goes on. It gives a lot of stats about how many of our veterans are prescribed opiates and how many overdose and stuff like that. So I'm not really going to get into that really, but it's there. We're going to post it up, and the main gist of the article is just saying, veterans are now saying, we want medical marijuana. We don't want to be prescribed opiates.
There's a lot less negatives with medical marijuana versus all these fucking opioid fucking pills,
right?
Man. Oh.
And being in the military, they need to be compliant with whatever the federal government is saying. So
yeah.
It puts them between a rock and a hard place. It's like, do you end up... Because they still, at the end of the day, have to deal with the chronic pain. And that's the thing that sort of puts them in that predicament.
Yeah. Yeah, it really is.
Either having to take the opiates that are prescribed to them or smoke weed illegally.
Go illegal, yeah.
If they're not in a state that has medical marijuana.
In a more holistic route. Oh. Sad to see that. It's craziness.
Yeah. Hopefully their fight continues. There's a bunch of organizations that have been founded in order to help veterans get access to marijuana and stuff like that. A lot of them are founded by veterans. Like I said, this article is fairly long, so I'm not going to go over all of it, but it's a really good read, and we're going to make sure to put it up on our Facebook page on Monday, as we do with all of our weed articles.
Nice. Speaking of dispensaries, next time you make a visit to your local store, you might want to keep an eye out, because you might be able to get some sweet treats on the way out of your visit.
We talk about cannabis butter treats?
No. You get that inside. I'm talking on the outside, lingering on the exit. You might be able to get some, non-marijuana associated delicious treats for the munchies that you're about to get from all the good shit you bought inside.
Okay.
because the story that we're going to talk about now is about how one 13-year-old Girl Scout and her mom made an ingenious decision to set up shop right outside the Green Cross store, which is a marijuana facility. They consulted their local chief communications officer to make sure it was all kosher, good to go.
Okay.
And
so they had approval.
So they had all the go, and they sold out their boxes within 2 hours. She actually, 45 minutes in, had to call for reinforcements and have more cookies delivered to the site.
Nice. They ran it. I'm not surprised.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a good market to target with Girl Scout cookies.
Dude, yeah, exactly. If I'm coming out of the dispensary, I'm definitely going to buy some fucking Girl Scout cookies.
And where was it? This was Colorado?
No. This was San Fran.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. And apparently she's going to do this again as long as the Girl Scouts allow it. They did release a statement after the fact that said that they're going to, decide on whether that's an appropriate site for the booth to be located. But
well, I mean, technically, you could just go like one store over.
Yeah,
you're still near the dispensary.
Exactly. Yeah. I don't know if it's in a strip mall or what the location's like, but yeah, right? But I mean, you can't be in a better place. Grocery stores, people are buying food. They're getting cookies. And Girl Scout cookies, I think, are pretty expensive now. They're like $5 a box. So, unless you're a person that's like really likes Girl Scout cookies, which I do, you got to put them in a spot where you can catch them. And I think a marijuana dispensary, you couldn't go with a better spot.
Absolutely. That's just fucking brilliant. There's no better way to describe that. Because
I would be stupid.
The fact that they sold out even shows it,
I would be stupid. 10 Thin Mints right now. You got them? I'm taking them. Just give me the big box.
I was driving past a grocery store the other day, and there was a Girl Scout set up outside with a box of cookies, and I was like, fuck, I don't have any cash on me. And I rolled down my window, and I'm like, hey, you take card? they're like, no, sorry. And I'm like,
I don't think
damn it. And I peeled tire on them. No, I'm kidding. I just rolled away.
I'm glad that part was not true. But somebody give these Girl Scouts... I've had that issue before where I didn't have cash, and I was like, fuck. I want to get Girl Scout cookies, but I don't have cash on me.
There's a new bank commercial where like these kids with a lemonade stand pull out an app. So I didn't know. Kids are on apps these days. They can take their card eventually.
Get them.
You know what? I should just PayPal'd the lady. Like, let me PayPal you $20.
I'll PayPal, you'll get it right in front of me.
You pay your kid back.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we take PayPal or Venmo.
That's an interesting proposition right there.
Some Bitcoin to the Girl Scouts.
Yeah. Well, hey, I think it's an awesome idea. And I don't think there's
teaching them about business, it seems like.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's a good way to teach your kids.
There's some bad ways to teach your kids, too, though.
There's a lot of bad ways. I think more than good ways.
Oh, yeah, definitely. That's why you got a bunch of shit kids out there. But a particular bad way to teach your kids happened at a high school in Roxana, Illinois, where a teacher used drug-related math problems to try and teaches the students.
Oh, God. That's not going to work any way you put it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, the headline right there pretty much explains it all. Yeah. But they basically, were using it in word problems. Like, normally it's like, Matt gets on a train in Chicago and heads towards Jesse in New York, and it'll take 4 hours at this speed. How much time will it take Jesse to meet Matt? Like, that's usually what it is. But this time it was like, how much... If you take this much cocaine and it dissolves this much out of your body over this period of time, how high will you be? So these were highly inappropriate math questions.
That's horrible. It's horrible. He's going for hard drugs too, not even like the weed. Yeah.
Or like Tylenol, Yeah. But
or Tylenol.
If you're going super soft with the drugs. He was using these word problems, and parents were pissed. And I don't think this is the first time. I feel like I've heard multiple instances of teachers trying to be cool and using like drug references in their fucking problems.
I thought you were gonna say it wasn't the first time for him. Like he's been using drug references for years, and they're like, "You gotta fucking stop this, fuck."
It's like even on like his hiring, in his interview, he's like bringing up heroin. It's like, why are you doing that, man? Why'd they hire him after you did that?
Hear me out. Hear me out. Heroin and math problems.
He's a smart dresser. That's why we keep him around.
He looks good.
So
Keep
yeah,
around for the video.
the teacher would not be identified, but News 4 tracked him down, which means they just asked one of the fucking students, I'm guessing.
Yeah, and they ratted him right out. First kid they asked.
Yep, just like it's that guy over there. That's Mr. So-and-so. But they didn't name him in the article. We don't like to name people anyway. We're not gonna blow it up on him.
You got enough heat. You don't need it from us.
But parents do not want their kids being taught drug problems. Noted. I'll just say that. I'll say noted for the future.
Yeah.
Know that now.
Everybody make a note of that. Don't do that if you're a teacher.
So I'm surprised one of those parents see get fucking pissed and like kick the shit out of the fucking teacher.
Oh my god, yeah.
You never know. You have that one parent that's off the hinge and comes to a parent-teacher conference locked and loaded with some brass knuckles.
Well, maybe they go somewhere else and take that anger out, you know?
Okay.
Go to a different location. Maybe, dad's real fucking pissed.
Okay.
He goes to the strip
How's he
club.
going off steam?
He goes to the fucking
club.
strip club. He doesn't.
Okay.
He's not hitting on strippers. He's not hitting on bouncers. He's not hitting on random people at the bar. He goes
Now,
to the
when you
bathroom.
say hitting on, you mean beating up or like?
Oh no, he hits on the strippers real quick, but not in a physical way. He hits on them.
Not in a physical way. Okay.
He's like, "Hey, sweetie, what's
like
up?"
romantic. He's being romantic.
Then he makes his way to the bathroom and he gets real physical, and that's when he starts to hit physically.
Okay.
And this is
What's he hitting in the bathroom?
This is leading us to the man in our next story, where a man in a strip club in South Carolina destroyed a fucking toilet for some unapparent reason. I don't know why, but he started kicking down. A 20-year-old man decided to start smashing down, giving a Hadouken on the top of the toilet, like the toilet tank and all that, smashing all the plumbing.
He's kicking the shit out of this throne.
He's kicking the shit out of the throne. Apparently, the throne itself was a real nice toilet for a public place. It was a $1,000 toilet. And
industrial.
not only, he wasn't trying to make it rain in the strip club, he was trying to make it flood. So he fucking caused a massive flood in this fucking strip club and caused $3,000 worth of damage to the carpeting because the water seeped out into the main lobby of the club.
He makes a Noah's Ark out of some of the strippers, like fucking.
Oh my god, yeah.
I'll save you.
I'll
Two of
save
every
you.
stripper.
Oh man, yeah. Fucking. So he fled the scene, but later he was arrested behind like a storage facility.
Soaking
I guess.
wet and smelling like shit.
Oh yeah, gross as fuck. Yeah, he ran to like one of those little like storage container areas, and the cops found him. I don't know how they found him, but they found him, and he's being charged with malicious injury and
They
public
just followed the
intoxication.
wet, stinky footprints.
It's probably a fair. Yeah, probably wasn't raining. He probably just followed the wet footprints and the must. Ugh. It's like if I imagine
Smell it this
Bigfoot.
way.
If you ever smelled Bigfoot, I imagine that's what this guy would smell like.
A strip club toilet.
Just musty and gross. Ugh. But yeah. Apparently this guy caused all this damage. We don't have the reasoning why he went AWOL here, but who knows? Maybe it was something to do with his child. The teacher was teaching his child shit. He couldn't beat up the teacher. Maybe the child was being bad. Maybe the guy was just crazy. We'll never know, but that's the fun of it.
He definitely sounds intoxicated, that's for sure.
Oh, without a doubt. There's definitely intoxication all over the story. Might as well be stamped.
Hey, maybe maybe we're looking at this wrong. Maybe the toilet looked at him the wrong way.
Maybe he went in
come.
there, it was crooked, and it was just like, what is that slack jaw looking motherfucker?
Like, you looking at me? I'm gonna kick your ass, toilet.
Oh, man. It was hissing at him. He got aggressive real quick.
Like, those are the pipes, man. You gotta calm down.
Calm.
So our next story is also a harrowing pursuit, not of a sloppily drunken strip club toilet assaulter, but this time 2 hot air balloons that were pulled over by cars, sheriff's cars.
Oh,
which still boggles my
fuck.
mind. I'm trying to think,
Now-
like, how does a car pull over a hot air balloon?
Well,
And the immediate
sirens.
Pistol? Like,
Oh my god, you're thinking the hard way. That's the hard way. If they don't respond, I'm thinking the first response would be like sirens, or maybe you get on the loudspeaker, and then the
okay.
pistols
See,
come
that's why-
after.
That's why they put you as my partner.
It's like, how many feet do you think it is? That should be a question, like, actually on the application for cops. It's like, you're chasing a hot air balloon. How many feet after warning them vocally should you start to shoot at? And that's how they gauge
Well, I mean,
how
yeah,
crazy
if
you
you-
are as a cop.
I'm thinking if you put a couple rounds into it, it'll probably, like, you gotta be careful because you don't want to hit the basket.
I think you hit that gasoline, whatever the gas is that fucking
Little
produces the hot
propane
air. If you hit that tank, you're gonna
flame
fucking
thing?
cause a disaster for the people on there and wherever that fucker lands.
Oh god, that would just blow.
Ball of
Yeah, I
fire
was
just coming from the sky. Oh god!
I was just thinking it would slowly deflate if you popped a few holes in it, kind of like a Macy's Day balloon.
I feel like the pressure, once there's a rip in there that's not like a clean rip, it's gonna be like, and it's just gonna fall. It's gonna rip apart.
Catastrophic failure.
Fucking god.
Well, luckily it didn't come to that because Officer Landers wasn't on the case. But this was a strange traffic stop for sure. These in San Bernardino, California, 2 hot air balloons were flying extremely low over houses and trees, and sometimes at about 5 feet from rooftops.
Oh my
The-
god.
The police were notified.
Were they drunk?
And they went after these 2 hot air balloons. They could have been drunk. I mean, a little champagne up on the hot air balloon, wind gets blown.
Oh yeah.
Might take you where you don't want to go. But I don't know. I feel like to me, it's like if someone put hot air balloons in Grand Theft Auto, and me and you like hopped into hot air balloons. We're like, let's see how low we can get over the fucking houses.
Dragging across people's fucking roofs, like pulling shingles off. Fucking people's roofs are getting damaged.
So in this case, the police, like you said, they used the loudspeakers and lights to get their attention. They said like land immediately, and one of them landed in a high school baseball field, and the other one said, "You'll never catch me, coppers," and started throwing sandbags at the. No, I'm kidding. The second one landed a little bit further away in an orange grove, and they don't have anything charged on them right now. But the police and authorities submitted a report to the FAA, and there might be FAA violations coming through on them.
Oh man. Yep. Gonna
They
take
took
the
away
right
their
to
wine
fly.
and cheese and threw them in the paddy wagon.
That's where they deserve to be. You can't be fucking flying low. What if you hit some power lines? Or fucking fry yourself or. God.
But that basket just tips a little bit, and you're falling out of a hot air balloon.
Yeah.
I was
yeah.
saying to you, I'd rather go skydiving than hot air balloon.
I feel like it's safer. I really do.
Almost, right?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't trust.
Unless I go hot air balloon with a fucking parachute on.
Yeah. There's no safety with a hot air balloon. You're going wherever Mother Nature is pointing you. And that's the one.
Just go
weird
up
one.
or down. That's all you got.
You can do wind predictions all you want, but that shit could shift.
You better have a friend with a truck.
Ah, yeah, follow your ass. God. I say those cops were the heroes. Stopping these hooligans. You know?
At least no one got hurt or anything. There was also no damage to property, luckily.
Yeah, that's good. That's always good. Well, our next story is also a heroin act in which a bus put a demise to a meter maid and stopped him from giving out all of his evil troll tolls to the people that parked in spots they shouldn't have in San Francisco. Now, the real irony in this is what the bus actually has on the side of it as an ad. It says, "Hello, marijuana. Goodbye, worries." So,
I've seen some of the billboards from Ease around.
yeah, it's a popular delivery company in the area of San Francisco. And it's funny because it actually did prevent, a good amount of people from getting tolls and shit. So it actually did, cancel out their worries. I thought that was pretty
Took it
funny.
out of commission for a little bit.
Yeah, man. I thought it was pretty funny. And the photo of this is really the best part because it shows the bus holding up this meter on its side, not tipped all the way over on its side, but like kind of at like a diagonal angle, just fucking holding it off. It's like, oh, fuck.
That's funny as hell. Just
Yeah.
that picture, it's so It's so perfect.
It's so perfect. Hello, marijuana. Goodbye, worries. Well,
Blast in the fucking meter maid.
yeah, it's another incident where nobody was hurt, luckily. You know, bus driver was hurt, nobody was on the bus that was hurt, and the meter maid luckily wasn't in the cart when this happened. It was a turn that was taken too wide.
And at least they weren't high behind the wheel, because then that would really be quite ironic.
Yeah, that would really not be good at all.
Now, if you need to make repairs to anything, like I'm sure this ticket giver has to, I bet $56 million would sure put a dent in that.
Ooh, I'm sure that would easily put a dent in that with a surplus.
Yeah. Now, someone in New Hampshire has won $560 million. Did I say 56 million before?
Yeah.
That is zero. That shit is 560 million.
God damn, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money.
This woman in New Hampshire, who remains nameless, the only thing standing in between her and that money is releasing her name.
She doesn't want to release her name, and she could get $560 million.
Now, yeah, this is the lady who won the last big Powerball. Like, if people remember a few weeks ago, the Powerball was at like a record number of $560 million, and so was there's Powerball, and what's the other one?
Oh,
Mega Millions.
Mega Millions, yeah.
Yeah, that one was way up there too. And a woman in New Hampshire won the Powerball, but state by state, they have different rules as to whether or not you can remain anonymous. And in New Hampshire, you cannot remain anonymous. And I think a big part of this is on like promoting, like for the actual lottery, because they want the person holding the big check, you know.
Yeah, of course.
In the picture to advertise.
They want to show off somebody won them. Yeah.
But I feel like this lady has now she put in court documents saying that she wants to have a judge let her keep the cash and remain anonymous.
Okay, she's trying to get best of both worlds out of it. I don't know. I feel like we talked about the reasons why you might want to keep your name anonymous, and I can see why she might want to.
Yeah, some of those reasons include murder, extortion, kidnappings. There's been a number of documented cases of people falling victim to manipulation or straight up attacks because of the amount of money that they won and their name has been put out there.
Yeah. Fuck yeah, everybody sees you got a little cheese and they want a piece.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to have friends and family coming after you, but what about the strangers who want to con you or, just take it forcefully with masks and guns? Like, me and Matt were saying the first thing you should buy if you get that money and your name's out there, security.
Yeah.
Pay a year's salary to a good security team.
Yeah, make sure shit dies down before you're going out there on your own.
And get a house with some walls.
Yeah, and the best cameras.
So yeah, I kind of feel bad. I kind of feel bad for this lady. It's almost like you should be able to remain anonymous if you want to.
Yeah.
Maybe there should be an incentive to not remaining anonymous, but if you want to, then it's like less money because they can't use it for their advertising.
True. Yeah. Yeah, that would work out. I feel like that would be the best means. Because you should be able to remain anonymous in that scenario, but at the same time, they should benefit because they're, the head of the money.
Yeah, they're doing the whole thing and they need to promote it. So, I don't know. It's complicated for sure.
Good thing we don't have to deal with that.
Something to think about. If you had all the money in the world, you can solve any problem, though. I'm sure.
Oh, man. Yeah, you could solve any problem, man. Fuck. There's a lot of shit you can deal with in your life with that kind of money. I mean, shit, there's some guys out there. They're not as lucky as me and you. We got these heads full of voluptuous hair. Oh, yeah, look at that. People watching live. You see that. Well, maybe money can buy you hair now. And not just some corny-ass wig. We're talking about the real deal. Rogaine. No, we're talking about Japanese scientists may have discovered a cure for baldness, actually. And the place that they discovered it is the funniest of all, because it lies within a chemical that's actually used to make McDonald's fries.
Okay.
Yeah, apparently they add this chemical, dimethyl polyoxane, It's a silicone compound, and they add it to McDonald's fries to stop cooking oil from frothing.
Huh.
Yeah, but also they did tests where they added this to like a culture, and basically, from what I take from it, they use like a plugging method where they implant it to the mouse.
Okay.
You know, like hair plugs would go from your body. You know, you would choose like, you know, hair plugs from your
Right.
back to your head or whatever. And the culture spreads, and actually it takes root and provides like where you actually grow hair follicle roots instead of just like a temporary plug that's going to fall out. So this works with mice, and they're saying that preliminary tests indicate that it actually will work just as successfully on humans.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
It really is, and especially, like, I feel like the hair thing is something that we've been trying to conquer for a long, long time between, like, Rogaine and wigs and this and that, the hair plugs, all that bullshit. It's like, there's
Right.
got to be a method, you know, to actually...
So they think it'll work the same way as, like, with eating it?
No,
Or it's
no.
just-
It's implanted like hair plugs.
So
they
eating
actually
the
like surgically
so eating
put it
the
in.
fries isn't gonna actually make you
No.
not
I'm
bald.
sorry, everybody
It's
out there
just
that's
the
gulping
chemical.
down on fries right now because I said that. No, you can't just
I just
eat
want to
these
make sure we're not
fries
making people fat for no reason.
and grow hair like the guys of American Slacker podcast. What you got to do is you got to wait for the science to catch up to the natural production, and then you'll be able to get it publicly. But until then, you can only read about it like I am.
Yep.
But I'm sure we're gonna. If this is the true case, and they get human testing, they get passed for that. I'm sure we're gonna hear about this pretty quickly because that's gonna spread like wildfire, and that'll be one of these new startup things that you see spread through towns. You know, like
You'll
the
just
new
like
hair
have
treatment.
a gel that you rub on, and you'll look like the Wolfman in 20 minutes.
No. You'll have to do the surgery. It'll definitely be a surgical place, but I feel like it's gonna be a specialty place that you'll have to go to. Won't just
Well,
pop
I'm
up in
wondering if you made it
hospitals and
microscopic enough, and you made it into like a gel, and it got into the follicles.
absorbed into your pores and just like
Yeah.
planted hair everywhere, and then you look like the fucking Wolfman Yeti.
Or maybe
Oh.
like the sloth in our funny clip.
Ooh, Slothman. This sloth is slick as fuck. I gotta say, it wouldn't be so bad
Oh
being
my
a sloth
God.
if you were this guy.
Mr. Don Juan Casanova sloth.
Jesus Christ.
This sloth is adorable. Like, first off, baby sloths, cute as fuck.
Cute as fuck.
Second off, this one's handing a lady a flower.
Can I go out on a limb and say this sloth is getting laid this Valentine's Day?
Oh, he definitely is. I'm sorry for all you single people out there, but this sloth is getting more than you this V-Day.
He is. He's slick. He deserves it. We're not gonna argue. We can't allow you to argue with it.
So this smooth sloth is our funny clip of the week, if you haven't figured that out already, and we'll be posting that up on our Facebook page on Wednesday, and probably to our Instagram page as well.
Hell yeah. Definitely check it out, people. It is cute, funny,
Adorable.
all of the above. Now, it's about time we step into video games, but before we do that, I think you should hear a word from a fellow podcast.
This is Murderous Minors, Killer Kids, bringing you the frightening and truly insane tales of children with the thirst to kill. Kindergarten through 12th grade murderers. True stories thoroughly researched. Join us weekly for new tales of parents' worst nightmares on Murderous Minors, Killer Kids.
And we are back with some video games. We're talking a whole bunch of Xbox stuff in this segment.
Oh, yeah. As always, I mean, we mainly stay Xbox. It's the superior system. Let's not be kidding people here.
Yeah, and they
I'm just kidding.
got a lot of stuff to be excited for too coming up.
They do. Xbox is pretty good to their clientele, I've got to say.
The most recent thing that came out that everyone seems to be going crazy over is Monster Hunter's World.
Yeah, a lot of our buddies are playing this game, man.
We haven't gotten
I
a
feel like we
chance
need to get in.
personally, but
Yeah, we'll eventually get down on this. There's a lot going on right now. But it fucking looks really cool.
it's just a matter of like how much do I want to spend on a game at this point. Like, if there's stuff I'm already looking forward to, and like I'm not super invested in a game, then it's tough to like want to spend $60 on it.
Yeah, especially when there's games coming out that we had.
Yes, like Sea of Thieves, which they had a beta. If you pre-ordered it, we didn't get a chance to do this either.
Nah, yeah, we didn't. We did have a buddy that did and said it was fucking amazing.
Yeah.
So we're really looking forward to this game coming out and fucking up the sea.
If you pre-order
crew.
If you pre-order, I guess you get some cool stuff too.
Yeah, right? Yeah, that's what I heard too, yeah.
I think
Fun
it's like
equipment and whatnot.
you get like a sword and I think maybe a gun and an instrument or something. I'll probably end up pre-ordering that one.
Yeah. The next week or two, I think I'm going to order that myself.
I do not blame you. It's something to look forward to, along with Red Dead Redemption 2.
Fuck yeah, man. As always, we're hyped for anything to do with Rockstar, and Red Dead 2 is going to be probably a multiplayer success. I'm imagining, hoping.
Fingers crossed, knocking on wood.
Yeah. They did a pretty good job last time. You know, it was pre-Grand Theft Auto, like expanding the universe and really going hard on the multiplayer, but
Right.
They still had a decent multiplayer. I had fun playing that multiplayer, the death matches and free roam and shit.
Yeah.
But although this one will have missions in the free world.
During its
whatnot.
apex, it was probably a lot of fun. I joined back in later on when they gave it away as a free game, and it was just like servers were a nightmare.
Oh, I didn't realize you didn't play it originally in the day, man.
No, I did for a little bit. I do remember playing.
Oh, okay.
It. And it was a lot of fun. So this next one, it's coming in October 26th. They pushed it back from spring to October, but there's finally a date associated with those.
Let's hope that Halloween date is something to prelude to, like maybe an Undead Nightmare 2 package.
Oh.
Which would be really cool.
Okay, that would be neat. Like the DLC if you get the season pass.
Yeah, with the zombies. They did zombies really well in the first one.
Yes,
So
they did.
hoping they continue that.
Now we have another little thing to talk about related to Xbox. They're doing these things called quests, where they sort of give you some objectives.
You can easily bypass this. You wouldn't even know how to participate in this, and it's fairly simple. You don't have to do any crazy sign up or anything like that. You just got to do a few things off these checklists, and you're entered. And I've won.
Oh yeah, that's right. You won something from one of the last few months.
Yeah, I didn't win a grand prize or anything, but they give away usually they give away like a grand prize, and then they give away certain tier gifts, and I got like a random prize, and I got a month of Xbox for free randomly for just doing
That's
like
awesome.
a few things that I didn't do out of my habit. It was like a normal habit actually, which was even cooler.
Yeah, and I mean this. The objectives this month are just as easy. It's play 3 different games on Xbox for 30 minutes each. Log into your Xbox account. 10 different days. It doesn't even have to be in a row. And then earn 2 achievements in one of the free February Games with Gold games.
Yeah, the games are really good this month, so I mean it's not hard to do. They'll be easy to get into.
So in doing all these, you're eligible to win the grand prize, which is that 24 karat gold Xbox One X.
Yeah, not even an Xbox One, an Xbox One X. It's fucking cool. Like,
along with upgrading your system, you're getting a gold fucking system, which is pretty awesome.
yeah. Probably sell that bitch, get yourself an Xbox One X, and have like at least a couple grand cash in your pocket.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Like either way, the thing's a cool monument. Fuck, you probably have the only one.
So again, if you have Xbox Live, earn 2 achievements from the games with gold we're about to talk about. Play 3 different games on Xbox for 30 minutes each, and log into your Xbox Live account 10 different days. Easy enough to make sure you're on top of
get
that
2
shit.
achievements, man.
It's really the
So
2
easy.
achievements you got to worry about.
They're not too hard.
No.
There's usually some intro achievements you can grab. So
Right. And speaking of games with gold, the February games with gold that we're about to go over include. There's still one that's available as of this this episode coming out. There's the zombie game from last month. It's still a bit of a carryover till the 15th.
yeah,
People
which
didn't
this is
get
the
it.
one I haven't had my hands on. I gotta download it. I really do.
It's
Because it's
fun.
interesting to look at it to do with zombies. So
Yeah, it was a fun game, and at least they give you some guns. It's not like Outlast or something where you're just running through.
Oh my god.
helpless.
I hate those games. Defenseless games, man. Those are scary.
Right. The next game seems like a lot of fun. It's not so much zombies as like monsters and just henchmen with guns, but it's Shadow Warrior for Xbox One.
It's the third installment of the series. It dates back to like 1997 on computer was the original Shadow Warrior.
Yeah.
It was like a Doom-like game that we were looking at and checking out, which I thought was really cool.
It's picking up guns, picking up swords, hack and slash. The graphics in this one that they're giving away for free it's not bad. It's you can cut off people's heads and arms and shit.
Dude, and it's smooth. There's no lag in the movements at all. It's really good connection points. It's fun.
So Shadow Warrior is available from the 1st to the 28th, so all month of February.
So you got a while to grab that one.
Yeah, definitely. Another fun one was Split Second, a destructive racing type of game, which was actually, I believe, made by Disney Studios.
Yeah, how weird was that?
I
wasn't expecting that when I loaded it up. Yeah, when I loaded it up and saw a Disney logo, I was like, what the fuck is Disney doing with a car game that's not like Cars?
Right, Disney Interactive Studios. Yeah, they're known more for like Kingdom Hearts or like kids games, I would say.
Really interesting choice to expand on with this game. How they came up with this idea of a reality show in destructive environment racing.
Yeah, I actually enjoyed that whole destructive element of Split Second. The fact that you can get boosts and like power-ups to sort of make the environment wreck your opponents.
Yeah, and I feel like the driving's pretty good. You're not going to find a Forza simulator feel to it, but you will find like a Need for Speed game feel. It's really good like that.
And I'm not that big on racing games unless it's like Mario Kart and stuff, but I had fun with this one. It reminded me of Burnout.
Yeah, I think
almost.
Yeah, it's a fun playthrough like Burnout, and yeah, there's crashes and whatnot. It's really cool.
So make sure to pick up Split Second. That's available till the 15th also, just like Zombie, so you have a couple of days to still get on top of that one.
Get it while you can. It's worth it.
And then there's two more games that aren't out yet, but they're available later this month. There's Assassin's Creed Chronicles India, which is an Xbox One game, and that one's a little different, I think, than the normal Assassin's Creed. It looks more like a side-scroller type of Assassin's Creed game.
Yeah, it's one of those just add on to the stories type games. I believe, in order to expand on the universe of Assassin's Creed, which is a cool concept, man. The game, the movie didn't come out as I thought it would, but I really think there's potential in the storyline of this game.
Yeah, it looks fun for sure. Maybe not as challenging as the actual Assassin's Creed games. And this one's available from the 16th of February to the 15th of March, so be sure to check that. And we also have Crazy Taxi for Xbox 360.
Crazy Taxi! You gotta do it right, man. Come on now. This is the legendary game.
A sheer classic here, from the arcade consoles to the home consoles.
I will fucking download this in a second, and I bet you it's only like a couple gigs, so I'll probably end up keeping this bitch on my hard drive forever, because like I loved this game when I was younger. I've had it on multiple consoles. You can't go wrong with Crazy Taxi. It's one of those old school arcade games that's just so fun.
You know, you ferry your people to their destinations and run things over in the process. Wasn't there like a Simpsons Crazy Taxi at one point?
You're thinking of like Simpsons Road Rage.
Which was
similar. Or maybe I'm wrong. There could be a Simpsons Taxi, but I remember that one.
I think
which
Road
was like
Rage
it felt
was,
like Crazy Taxi.
Yeah, it was exactly
a really
like
cool
it.
game. It was open world Simpsons. It was like Grand Theft Auto Simpsons at the same time.
Weird. But yeah, Crazy Taxi is available from the 16th to the 28th till the end of the month. So be sure to grab as many of those games as you can. You got Zombie and Split Second to the 15th, Shadow Warrior all month, and Assassin's Creed Crazy Taxi available from the 16th on.
That's a shit ton of playtime for free.
Yeah.
I cannot argue with that.
Decent games this month.
The slacker approval on a few of these games for sure.
Yeah, definitely hop into Shadow Warrior Split Second and get one of those, two of those achievements so that you're qualified for the 24-karat Xbox.
And if you win that 24-karat Xbox, and you heard about quests here, you gotta shave off some of that 24-karat.
Or just let us know that you won. That'd be cool.
No. That's not good enough for me. I want you to shave off some. Maybe you could do it on the side or under it.
A
You
little
can do
bit
it
of
from
gold.
the bottom. Shave off some of that gold.
Just give us the
and
top
put it in
plate.
an envelope. Send it our way.
And now, here's something from a fellow podcast.
Hi, do you like celebrities, comedy, and pop culture? Well, then I have the podcast for you. I'm Aaron Max, host of the Yes and I Am podcast, the podcast where we learn about people. Each week, we take comedians and improvisers and give them a celebrity to play, and I interview them. And guess what? Sometimes the comedians don't know who this celebrity is. And that's when the real fun comes in, and we learn a little something we didn't already know about these people. So go and check us out. We're on iTunes and all other podcast sources. We are Yes and I Am, and we will see you guys next time.
All right. Now I think it's time that I get to play a game.
Do you want to play a game?
Goddamn right I want to play a game. Fucking stop pulling my chain and bring me into the game stage.
This is something I've been looking forward to for like 2 weeks now. Since, when was it? We did the Groundhog's Day game?
Yeah, we did the Groundhog's Day game.
I failed
it's 2 weeks
miserably.
for us, but it was really last week, really, right?
Yeah, it wasn't that long ago. But yeah, so I'm a little sour over my loss, so I had to make this one extra tough for you. We're playing a Valentine's Day game, and we want you, the listener, to play along and see if you do any better than Matt does, or see if I school all of you. The Quizmaster Ridley Landers over here.
We're up at bat, people. Let's see how we do.
All right, you ready?
I'm ready. I was born ready, motherfuckers.
Question number 1. Hearts are a symbol largely associated with Valentine's. How many chambers does the human heart generally have? 2, 4, 6, or 8?
God damn. I thought it was like 3 or something, but apparently I was wrong.
It's an even number.
Hmm.
How many chambers?
I'm gonna say people are running with like V6s. They got 6 chambers.
So C6
Yes.
is incorrect. I am sorry.
Fuck.
B
The
is
two.
the answer.
4.
That'd be 4. The human heart has 4 chambers. Two upper chambers, the atria, and 2 lower chambers, the ventricles, according to the National Institutes of Health.
Damn. Ah, man. No health expert here.
All right, starting off strong. On to 2. The holiday Valentine's Day is named for Saint Valentine, the patron saint of engaged couples and happy marriages. Saint Valentine is also the patron saint of A. Cheese and seasickness, B. Brick mids and harvests, C. Bills and arguments, or D. Beekeeping and travel.
Shit. What was C?
Bills and arguments,
Let's go with D.
beekeeping and travel. Is correct.
Okay. I was like, this is an easy one, but it's still kind of confusing at the same time.
People call on Valentine to watch over the lives of their lovers, of course, but also for interventions regarding beekeeping and epilepsy, as well as the plague, fainting, and traveling. So St. Valentine's not just all hearts, he's also about epilepsy and taking long travels and getting the plague. Alright, so you're 1 for 2 right now. Question 3.
Right now. Okay.
Roses and flowers are common gifts on this romantic holiday. What is the name of the pricey rose that took $5 million to create? A. The Romeo rose. B. The Montague rose. C. The Juliet rose. Or D. The Capulet rose. We got a little Romeo and Juliet theme going here with the answers.
I was gonna say I think it's C. I think it's the Juliet.
C, the Juliet rose, is correct.
Woo!
You were correct. I thought that was going to be a tough one right there.
I've heard that before. That's how I knew that.
Nice.
I knew it. I was like, that rang out right away, and I was like, huh.
Although the Heavenly Juliet Rose can be purchased for less than the $5 million price tag listed above, it is also known as the £3 million rose because that is how much it cost the famed rose breeder David Austin to create the apricot-hued hybrid over the course of 15 years.
Jesus Christ, he had nothing better to do. He spent 15 years.
And it's common in bridal
hybrid
bouquets,
rose.
apparently.
He made every bride's day, but
Yeah, right?
everybody's
spent
got
a
his own.
fortune. Alright, so you're doing good. Two for three.
I'm winning. I'm a winner, goddamn.
Yeah, you
Charlie
only need
Sheen.
one more to win because it's out of 5. So, question 4. Chocolates are given alongside flowers and other gifts on Valentine's Day. By the sum of its countries, which continent produces the most cocoa beans? A. Africa, B. Asia, C. South America, or D. Antarctica? The look on your face when I said Antarctica.
Alright, well, we're the first 3, because we're going to exclude Antarctica, obviously. For
Africa,
some reason.
Asia, or South America. By the sum of its countries, which continent produces the most cocoa beans? So that's
I've got to say, fuck, it's either South America or Africa, but I feel like it's South America.
so you're going with C, South America?
Yeah.
Incorrect. I am sorry.
Fuck! Was it Africa?
It was Africa. You were close
Yeah.
between the two. In 2013, 4.5 million tons of cocoa beans were produced worldwide. Of this total, African nations produced 3 million tons, or 65% of the world total. Asia and Oceania produced 18% of the world total, and the Americas only produced 15% of the world total.
Jeez.
2 African nations, the Ivory Coast and Ghana, produced almost half of the world's cocoa by themselves.
Fuck, man, that's crazy.
Yep. Some Ghana cocoa beans.
That's crazy. Maybe if South America wasn't so focused on the cocaine, they could have made a little more cocoa.
All right, so this is the last one. This is your redeeming. If you don't get this, you're out. You're out on the street.
I don't want to be on the street, man. Fuck.
Question 5. A wise man once asked, "What is love? Baby, don't hurt me no more." What chemical is responsible for the feelings of love in the human body? A. Adrenaline, B. Norepinephrine, C. Dopamine, or D. All of the above? Are you Googling shit right now?
B? Or no, wait, C rather, not all of the above.
A wise man once asked, "What is love? Baby, don't hurt me no more." What chemical is responsible for the feelings of love in the human body? A. Adrenaline, B. Norepinephrine, C. Dopamine, or D. All of the above?
Alright, I'm gonna say D now.
You're correct. D. All of the above. Dopamine creates feelings of euphoria, while adrenaline and norepinephrine are responsible for the pitter-patter of the heart, restlessness, and overall preoccupation that go along with experiencing love. MRI scans indicate that love lights up the pleasure centers of the brain.
Oh, man. Yeah. Haters will say it's rigged.
Oh, it's
But
of
fuck
course
haters.
not. Of course not. That was a good game. Congrats.
Thank you. I'll take this win.
I'm gonna put an asterisk next to that one, but you still got it.
I'm going home with a belt tonight. I win. That's the name of the game.
Put that feather in your cap for
Calling it.
Valentine's Day.
I will. And we're hoping everybody else out there listening is going to have a wonderful Valentine's Day. Enjoy
Treat your
dinners,
sweetheart right.
Whatever you're doing. If you're alone, treat yourself right. How about that?
Wash your
All right?
hands.
Yeah. Before you do any of the above, check out our Facebook page where you might want to take part in the American Slackers group. Conversation there is pretty ill. You might want to see what's going on. And don't forget to stop by the Instagram where you can find the promos for each and every show among a ton of other cool fucking pictures. And if you wanted to see the main hub, check out our website at aspodcast.com or americanslackerpodcast.com, whichever you prefer.
You can find us on Twitter and Reddit at AMERSLKR Podcast. We're also on YouTube with all of our episodes if you don't want to go and check out our iTunes, where we also suggest you tell a friend about it. Send them over to the iTunes. Rate and review. 5 stars or nothing. That's what we love.
Send a slacker an email. Get us at americanslackerpodcast@gmail.com. And don't forget to stop over at our Spotify playlist. Search American Slacker Podcast. You'll find all the acts we've reviewed and featured on the show, and a few that we've had on the show. You'll be jamming.
You can also become a Patreon sponsor and a Patreon slacker of the show. We have a bunch of rewards on there, along with some extra bonus content, some extra audio files. Matt did a live show we got on there. Planning on adding more as we go. And your patronage really helps out our show, and we appreciate it. You also get shout-outs at the beginning, which is pretty awesome. You can also support us by visiting our shop, americanslackerpodcast.bigcartel.com, where we have a mug and a t-shirt for your purchasing pleasure.
We expect every slacker to wear the fuck out of that shirt.
Drink the ton of your fucking coffee out of that morning slacker mug.
Every coffee, orange juice,
down to the last drop.
Whatever you drink, everything you drink, we want you to drink out of the morning slacker mug. Get over there, get that shit. Don't forget to check us out on our personal shit. You can get at me on Instagram at MWGmedia, and you can get at my Snapchat and Xbox Live gamertag at MattyG from HV.
And I'm on all that shit at Landers the Plane.
Oh yeah. And thanks everybody for tuning in. We love every one of you guys and gals, and it's been fun. And don't forget to check out the live stream too.
Yeah.
I've hyped that enough. Check out the live stream on Instagram. We pump it through. We'll let you know ahead of time when we're going live for the most part. Sometimes we run into a little issue. We might run a little late. Just keep an eye. You'll see it coming up. Until next time, that's it.
Woo, there you go.